Hi everybody, welcome back to SoFloDining. I'm Doris with a D, and today we are in Boca Raton. And we are doing a little chef's table with Chef Dan, and we are at 2020 Grille with Chef Ron. Welcome, Chef Ron.
Hello. Well, we should say welcome, right?
Yeah, right?
Actually, you don't have to. When you come in, it's welcoming.
That's it.
It really is.
Yeah. Tell us, how long have you been in business?
We've just marked 10 years.
Have you always been in this location?
We have.
Okay.
Yeah. We thought we wanted a bigger restaurant, and we were shown the bigger restaurant. Something happened and didn't quite get it. After about 2 weeks in this place, we realized we weren't meant to have a bigger restaurant. So this is the size, and you keep getting requests to open something bigger, and bigger doesn't make it better.
No,
That's true.
no, you're absolutely right. It's so true.
It ties into the name, from what I recall, right?
You're
Yes.
correct.
It's
So 2020 Grille, 20 seats on the inside, 20 seats on the outside. Everybody thinks it's a perfect vision,
yeah.
but
Or in hindsight.
it's not. It can't get any simpler than
2020.
that. The 20 seats on the inside,
That's
20
perfect.
seats on the outside.
Uh-huh.
When it was COVID, it was 0-40. So everybody was sitting outside.
And everyone asked us if we opened in when 2020 hit. They were like, "Did you open in 2020?" We're like, "No way."
Yeah, we had really big plans for 2020.
Yeah.
Obviously 2020 Grille in 2020,
Right.
and then COVID came through and squashed that really
Yeah.
quick.
But no, it is the perfect size.
Yes.
You know, and
Yes.
I know.
You know, as a chef.
Yeah, I've done big places, and
Yep.
you lose. Like when I've been in the kitchen here and I've seen how you have everything on the board and everything, you lose that.
Yes.
When you have a big place, you have too many people, too many hands in the pot.
Yes.
That's the truth.
No, a lot of what we do here is the customer service.
Right.
I'll go out and speak to every table. Rhonda will speak to every table.
Yeah.
The staff speaks to every table. And if you get bigger, you lose that
You
one-on-one.
lose it. You lose it. There's no
And
way you'd be
it's
able
so, It's so important for us here.
to. No, and that's what we love. We love that. I mean,
Yeah,
the
I
places
know you
we
do.
do and we go to.
Right.
We love that interpersonal.
It's a lost art. And
It's a lost art of the culture now is we've become accustomed to bad service.
Yes.
And we've accepted that, and I don't
Yeah.
know why.
Yeah.
And it's like so many places you go to, it's like, I don't like this. And it's like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think guests that come here, they expect what we're doing, and then they tell the right guests to come here. We have some guests that have been coming here forever. They will not tell their friends to come here because they're steakhouse people. They tell them, it's okay. We'll catch up with you another night.
Yeah.
So it is the right clientele that comes here.
Perfect.
We're small. We're intimate. Foodie
Yeah.
restaurant. But if you want corporate and flashy,
Yeah.
you came to the wrong place.
Yeah. No, we have a place that we went to the other day, and I told the guy, I think he's 17 years in business.
Yes.
And I
Wow,
said,
that's a long time.
for about 4 years, people have been telling me, you got to go here. You got to go here. And when I say, where is it? Well, I'll let you know. They wouldn't tell me.
Oh my gosh.
And the reason why is because it's always booked.
Right?
And they wouldn't tell me. I'm like, would you? They're like, no, because if you do a review, forget it. We'll never get it. And I'm
We've
like,
heard that so many times too. Everyone's like, I don't want to tell so many people because then I won't be able to get a table. It's so funny.
no.
People are funny around it.
They are.
Yeah, but
They
people got to
are.
know. People got to know.
Amazing.
People got to support because that's what
They
keeps
do.
everything going.
Right. Right.
That's
And we kind of have the reputation that we're always booked. And so we kind of want that out there that, yeah, in season we're booked on Friday, Saturday. But for every time everyone says to me, you're booked, I can't get in, I'm just like, I'm not booked tonight. Where did that order come from? I don't understand where that came from. Maybe the first couple years. Yes, in season you do have to plan ahead of time, but in the summer we definitely need the local support. And we are not booked every night in the summer. So that
You heard
is
it
something.
first. You heard it
You
first.
heard it
here.
first.
First, yeah.
Yes.
We want you to know that because of that
Aura? Mystique?
aura mystique,
Yeah.
people, I think that they don't think they can get in here, and they can definitely in the summer.
Absolutely. And you're here for them. I mean,
Yes,
really, the whole
yes.
reason you're here
Yeah.
is for the locals.
We are, and we
Uh-huh.
have a lot of great specials in the summer as well. So yeah, we're here.
How did you find your way into the hospitality industry? It's got to be a beautiful story.
Oh, it
I'll
is.
tell you. You don't want to know how?
You
Here we
guys.
go.
Okay.
Oh God, here we go.
I
can't even.
found out at an early age
Mm-hmm.
that I could not sing or dance. So that's what
That's
led
how
right
you
you
go.
got into really
There you go.
at
I-
16.
I think 5th grade is when I was told, I was in chorus, and I was told, don't pursue this.
You were all 10 years old and you got this message?
Yes, I did.
Wow, you were lucky.
And then, I don't know, I had to be probably 14, maybe 15. But all the kids, all my friends would come over to my house for breakfast in the morning. I don't know why, and I'd end up making breakfast.
I see how it is.
And then it
Right?
just snowballed. And
yeah.
but the first time at culinary school, I almost walked out. The first thing I had to cook was liver and onions.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
I'm over those things.
that's a favorite.
Yeah, and that smell, it's just like,
But isn't that part of the whole thing? I mean, don't they like just try to like push you to the limit to see if you really should be there or not?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's with everything.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, been doing it and love doing it. Love creating. So yeah, it's to be here 10 years is remarkable.
It's a
I mean, it
feat.
really, really is.
Absolutely.
After the first 6 months, I mean, on the days that Rhonda wasn't working, we would have her come in with the girls, have her sit outside and eat dinner just to make it look like somebody was here.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
And
love
and then it's fun, we get people and we don't want to tell anybody. We don't want to tell anybody. We don't want to, and then I think we started the first time we used social media to advertise for here is when we started, ascending up.
Oh, it started.
Yeah, started getting the people in. But yeah, the first couple months was a little lean, a little scary.
Yeah.
You know.
And 10 years later, here we
Yeah.
are.
No, but
Yeah,
me,
but
I was
people
supposed to be an
don't get that,
architect.
you know?
You were?
Guess what? I can't draw.
Yeah, see?
That was it.
Yep.
Well, you have computers now, so you've probably been fine.
Right? Well, they were just starting that. They were talking about that computer generated. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, what about that? And they're like, no, you have to be able to draw. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no. And I was in a library with a friend they had I think he was getting a book or something. And they had a job fair, a career fair, I'm sorry. And a lady came over and she said, can you sign a paper for me? I'm like, what am I signing? She said, well, I have to have X amount of people here before I can leave. And I'm like, well, what do you do? And she said, well, it's a culinary school. And, they're trying to sign up people to go to the school. It's a new startup. So I went there, I watched the presentation, I made the appointment, I got in.
Yep.
And it was they only accepted 30 people, 17 graduated after the 2 years. So,
Right.
and they did the breakdown.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, the grill. They really put you to
It's I like saying it, and you're about my age, so you'll understand. It's before it was a glamorous job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not what you see on TV.
I was coming
Not
out.
what you see on
The
TV.
chef could throw stuff at you.
Right?
Call you dirty names. Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nowadays, if you look at somebody the wrong way.
Yep. I mean, Chef Ramsay gets that reputation, but back then, that's and I say it. I mean, I don't know where you had worked in the past, but traditionally, the kitchens were places where people that were outcast
Yeah.
worked. That was your porters, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that was the tradition. And now all these TV shows came on,
Sure.
and everybody wants to be a chef.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's where Ron is so innovative that we change the menu every 8 to 10 weeks, and he's always playing. Even after all these years, he's playing with food, and our guests accepted. And I think that's a pretty cool. I think you should be so proud of yourself.
I love looking at the stuff when you guys put it up,
Yeah.
and when you gave me the tour, and I was looking at the prep board, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy, he's
They're
real.
amazing.
You're real.
You're real.
Yeah.
You're a
You know,
genius.
it's
yes.
Yeah.
A real
Yeah.
genius. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
And you keep it new.
Mm-hmm.
some places
That's
just
the key.
that's the word. Some places just stick with old and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's
Now, the most fun, I think, here is when we play the sorbet game.
I was just gonna ask you because she
Yeah.
told us about that.
That is, so it's between, right before the entree, we do it in an intermezzo, sorbet. And it's a 4-flavor sorbet. So we present the sorbet to the table, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the game is to see if they can figure out what the 4 flavors are.
Right.
So when we first started, we had 1 sorbet, and we're so close, the tables are close to each other. I can't remember the whole story on this, but one table got the last item on the menu. And the table next to them ordered it, and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got the last one, but I'll tell you what the sorbet is." So I came out to play the game, and usually it's, you know, if you get the 4 flavors, they'll buy your wine or your dessert or something. There's always some little catch there. And so I presented the game to them, and they looked at me, and they guessed the 4 flavors right off the bat. You know, if they would have stumbled and made a wrong guess, I would have said, okay. And the table next to them just sitting there like that. So over the course of the years, we started with 1 sorbet, and now there's 8 different ones each night. I make a couple of the same color, so the people that want it over here
Wow. He
can
loves
see,
to play with people.
you know, they think they got it,
gosh.
and they don't. But you know, occasionally it happens more often than not that people do get the 4 flavors. We had 6 young ladies out here one night, presented the game to them, and I said, if you get the 4 flavors, I'll buy your wine. And I think they had 3 bottles of wine.
Wow.
And it started off slow,
Yeah.
and then they got 1, they got 2. And I said, we're still good. And somebody nailed a 3rd one. And there's usually one that's kind of obscure. And last lady blurts it out. So I come in here, and it's, you know, we got to buy their wine.
Yeah, he's so proud of himself.
And she's like, all of it? I'm like, yeah, so it was probably, I don't know, $3.50 in wine or something like that.
Right.
But they all went home on social media, told their friends, and more people came in.
I was going to
because of
say, and I
that.
bet you they come back. Or
Yeah.
they send
worked
people
out
back.
really well.
A lot of guests
And-
come back because of the story.
Yeah, and there's people that they either really enjoy the game, or there's people that just cringe when they see me coming. And it's,
I love it.
I've done this 6 times and haven't gotten it.
Yeah.
but it really is a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
there's some guests that will guess 1 or 2 flavors and then be done. Then there's other people that will literally go down with a ship. Don't tell me what it is. Don't tell me what it is
Yeah.
until you tell them what it is.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, why can't I get it? Why can't I get it? But it's just one more thing that brings, you know, us closer to the guests and guests closer to us.
And it makes
More
it fun. Everything
Yeah.
should be fun.
It makes it fun.
Absolutely.
And more personable. I mean, the history of restaurants were houses. I mean, this was somebody's house.
Right.
Yeah.
You lived upstairs or in the back, and you welcomed people into your house.
Yeah.
And like I said about what people have come accustomed to is, you know, sit down, eat, here's the bill, get out.
Right.
Where here, you guys are interactive, you know, you're welcome. And I said that when you come in the front door, you feel welcome.
You feel like you're at home. I've
Yeah.
read that in so many reviews.
But you feel what you really
You feel
do.
welcome, and you're supposed to feel good about dining out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. You really
So-
should.
So
It
we,
should be a
we
treat.
do have that aura. That is a good thing that we have never steered away from. Is true to what we do.
Yeah. And what is the style of
Yeah.
cooking that you do?
Yeah, Ron.
In general.
Other than Ron's
You know-
specials.
The window says contemporary American cuisine. Okay. Originally, we labeled ourselves as fine dining. I think there's not a style. It's more of which whim do you feel like doing this menu. But it goes from, I mean, we've had Peruvian, we have Thai, we have a little of this, a little
Barbecue.
of that. I mean, we have a
I love
Dorito
it.
spiced oyster with a French onion dip. I mean, it sounded fun. We made it, and it's like, boy, this is really good.
Actually,
And
probably
then
one of the most
then we
popular
put it on the
appetizers we've
menu,
ever had.
and it's
Really?
it's just
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
one of those
goodness.
things that it
Isn't
has.
that something?
I think it's something people see. They're like, oh my, we have to try it,
Right.
and then it actually is good as
It
it
actually
as
is.
it reads. And
Wow.
it's, you know, again, it's a fun little dish.
Yeah.
We change the menu, it keeps the guys in the back, you know, they don't get bored doing the same thing day after day after day. You know, the servers see the different food. So then, and I think even the guests now, over the years, they expect to come back and, you know, see something different, not to
Right.
have the same, you know, same dish every time they
Nice.
come.
That's
In the beginning, he would take something off and they're like, "Why did you do that?" And they'd kind of be upset, and then they'd try something new that he has. Oh, okay, now they
We've-
accept it.
That's
we've had
awesome.
that- we've had that the
Because
other
you have
day.
open people, that's good.
Yeah.
Because you want people who are open to new tastes new excitement.
Well, they can have the same menu anywhere in Palm Beach County.
Yeah.
Go anywhere and
We had
get
the,
that.
what about, we had the Spanish place we did,
Uh-huh.
and when you said, you know, he put lasagna on when he
Oh,
first
yeah.
started,
Yeah,
because people liked his lasagna.
yeah,
And it's 17 years, it's still there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Well,
said
that-
he tried to take it
He's
off.
tried to take
Yeah.
it off the menu, Ken, no?
He goes,
Yeah, there's a couple
Yeah.
dishes here that I tried and I got in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're
But you're
leaving
here
one.
for them.
You're here for them,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
just two items. So the duck taco
Yeah.
and the rack of
And the
lamb are
rack
the
lamb.
only two items that have stayed on the menu in 10 years. That's it.
And I tried,
They've survived.
they each changed one time
Right.
and people were like, why? So now every time I make a menu, it's just cut and paste.
Cut and paste that
And then
part.
once
Just
a
those two
year, we
items.
do a best of the best from that year.
Uh-huh.
And that's when you get the dishes that you liked, but were no longer on the menu.
Okay.
So that's another fun night. And everybody comes, oh, I remember this dish, I remember this dish.
Wow, yeah. It sounds like
And
a
then
lot
we
of
just
fun.
did
That is
a
cool.
10-year menu, and there was a dessert on there that I completely forgot about.
There you go.
And I looked at it and, oh, I don't remember making this. And I made it, and
That's cool.
it's going.
It was 10 years, 10 courses.
But there's nothing
See,
like a
I look
revisit
at-
like that.
I have my
Uh-huh.
old
Right?
menus
Yeah.
from, I used to run an officers club for the Army, and I have about 2 years worth of menus.
Yep.
Because every night I would do the menus, and we had banquets, and I'd have to incorporate stuff back and forth. Every now and then I go through there,
Yeah.
and
It's
I'm
fun.
like, look, Puntanesca, you know, like,
Yeah.
wow, when did I make that, you know? And we'll
Yeah.
just, you know, carbonara, and I'm like, go through, you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
No, you look back on it, and it's
Yeah,
fun. You see
it's fun.
what you did, what that morphed into, and that changed into something else.
Yep.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like little Pokemons going down the road here.
Or some of them I look at and go, what the hell was I
Yeah,
thinking?
trust me.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, I had a couple.
But I have two little where I put all my chicken scratch in. and been carrying the books around for 10 years now. And it's like, you know,
It's
who's
a
gonna
great
get
Very
these
cool.
books?
book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
love
it is fun changing the menu. You come up with different things.
What is your most popular dish? Good question.
Well, okay, we'll go back to the ones that have been here for 10 years.
Right.
So it's the silver oak brine rack of lamb.
Okay.
Again, that's was changed and people like
Yeah.
stupid. So I went back and then we have a duck taco that we created when we were in Massachusetts in Newburyport. And we used to have a bakery up there and we would do tasting dinners at night after the bakery closed. And I think the first one or two menus that we started down here was because of the menus that we were written up in Newburyport. And the duck taco was one of them. So that was, again, those are the two
That stayed.
that stayed.
Yeah,
You
look
know,
at that.
there's some things we've done a seafood sausage here that comes and goes.
Okay.
You know, we'll put it on the menu or we might change it and make it a little Peruvian, but that always goes over well. But it's something that it doesn't stay on.
It doesn't stay on, but it's a
Constant.
popular.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But
It's like seasonal.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, everything else, you know, we try to just come up with different, you know, give different ideas, and not all of them are winners.
Yeah.
You know,
I
but
know.
hopefully
You got to try.
You didn't,
Yeah,
you,
you
didn't,
gotta
you
try.
didn't have many losers over the 10 years.
no, but there's some you look back and you're like, yeah,
Yeah, I've had a couple. Yeah.
we can improve on that
You know,
one.
you know, Angels on Horseback. You know the filet mignon.
Yeah.
You put the lot. Yeah, I did something with chicken on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't
Not
work.
so
No.
much, huh?
That didn't work.
But there's
That didn't work.
There's sorbets I made that.
Oh, yeah. Your
if you-
inside out
if you
Caesar
juice
salad, I
you
think.
juice an onion,
Right.
it tastes like fish. I don't know why.
Yeah, right? What's
But-
up with that?
So we made a Caesar salad sorbet, which is phenomenal.
Wow.
But if you're doing a blind taste test and the first thing you get is anchovy and you're not thinking it,
You know, that didn't go over well.
didn't go over real well. And then we did a BLT sorbet, which is really great. But we forgot where we are.
Oops.
So the bacon didn't go over too
Yeah.
well.
No.
But you know, when you say we have regulars that keep coming, they're very forthcoming. If they know that you get spot on, they'll let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, normally there's a question that we ask, but it's hard because you have a menu that changes. Normally we say, and I ask the chef this, is there something you wish people would try more of? Like, is there a dish that you say, I don't know why people don't order this one. This is so good.
Well, there's some things that get put on the menu that, like right now, we have a licorice glazed salmon that people wouldn't associate licorice and fish. But before each menu, we make it go around in the kitchen, and then we let the servers and everybody taste it.
Okay.
And as long as it comes back positive with them, then they'll pass it on to the guests and say, you know what, it might sound a little bizarre, but
Right.
you know, why don't you just try if you don't like it.
Gotta
So the
check it
big
out.
thing,
Something
the
else.
big thing then is to be open
Yeah.
Yeah.
and trust that everything that's on that menu has been tried, tested,
Yeah.
everybody liked it. So that's,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, so to be open, that's the main thing.
Yeah, in the world that we live in now, it's all about Google and reviews. So when you Google, you see the menu for one thing, and then they're looking at the reviews on 4 different sites, and the site, they're all saying,
Right.
we don't know why these flavors came together, but they were phenomenal. So they know what they're getting into. They know they're not coming here having meat and potatoes. They're coming here for an experience.
For an experience.
So it does resonate through the reviews, which is very cool for us.
And you can check their reviews. They got great reviews. I can tell you that now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of that. But it's an entire team that does that. It's
It is.
not me, it's not chef, it's our entire team.
It is. Just like
Right
you said,
down
that
to our
everyone comes
dishwasher
out.
staff.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. They work very hard to keep us all going.
And
I have a question. It's so silly, but we have to ask.
yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, God, here we
What's your
go.
comfort food? Your
And it doesn't
personal
have to be on the
comfort
menu.
food. No, no. What
your
food
go-to?
comforts you when you need that? And we all have our moments.
Like, for instance, mine's peanut butter and jelly. I used
Pizza
to-
rolls.
What is it?
Pizza rolls.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
combination.
Mine's fried chicken tenders, fried chicken, and I'm the connoisseur of chicken tenders. Anything fried that's chicken.
See, I love that question, and that's one that I had put in because people think that we eat like, ooh,
Yeah.
and they don't
Yeah.
realize that we get tired of looking at that.
Yeah.
And we like some simple,
Yeah.
I mean, she'll tell you, sometimes I just want a hamburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we go places, and it's like, hamburger with this, that, and the other thing. Hamburger with, and I'm like, I just
Give me
want
cheeseburgers.
just want a hamburger with some red on it.
Yeah.
No,
That's
that's
it.
like every night people think you're back here whipping something up, and I try to eat before I go home,
Yeah.
but it's not always possible. And you look in the fridge and it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be fancy.
Put it together.
But you make a lot here still too. You do.
No, we make
Yeah.
99% of the time I eat before I go home.
Yeah, and when you
But-
change the menu so often,
Oh, yeah,
towards
then you
the
have-
end of
yes.
it, we're like, okay, enough.
Yeah, no, you know when it's time to change the menu
It's because of us.
You can see, the guys in the kitchen. They're like, it's
Yeah.
not the energy kind of dips a little bit, and the same with the staff. And I know, okay, God, I've been eating this, I've been eating that, she's been eating this, been eating that, and it's just the little light goes off, and it's like, okay, let's start. But as soon as the menu changes, you might take a week off, but you almost immediately start thinking about what you're going to do for the next one, and when the menu changes, it's not like, I think there's 18 items on the menu, but it's not like the whole thing changes.
Right.
It might be 40%, sometimes it might be 60%, but everything stays for 2 cycles and then goes away. So some of the cycles might overlap.
Okay.
So it's not like you're getting, 18
Like a
brand new
whole
items.
new-
Yeah. So
Well,
it's
for me, it was the workaround. The kitchen would, I put a new menu out, and you see it in the energy. You'll see everyone's happy. Wow, look at this.
Oh yeah.
And then like 4 or 5 months down the line, I walk in, I see they have like stuff prepped ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these workarounds, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? That's not how we did that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but if you put this here, and I'm like, yeah, okay, it's time to change.
It's time to change.
Because now they're getting bored and they're inventing
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're finding new ways to
And it's
do
not
it.
going to taste the same.
Yeah, not gonna be. There's a reason why this goes in first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but no, we make recipes for everything, and I just ask everybody, even though I know you have it memorized, just take the extra 30 seconds, make sure you look at the
Yeah.
recipe, and make sure it's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody, wink, wink, for the most part, does that. Yeah.
And the passion of the front of the house too is very neat because they're not selling the most expensive item on the menu. And it's like, okay, they're showing what they think is their favorite.
That's perfect.
That is so cool. Like I could tell them all day long. So why didn't you sell the $68 steak? I really love the pasta. It's so good. So they're passionate. When someone comes here, they're getting the passion of the whole restaurant, even right to the service team.
So you let them try? Do you let
That's
them
big
eat
heart.
off the?
Big heart.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love
Because
it.
that's one, and I used to drive her crazy when we first started going out to eat places. Is I say to the waiter, "Give me, I want this or this. Surprise me."
Right.
You know, and she's like, "Why do you do that?" And I said, "Because the waiter's gonna pick what he thinks is the best. Number
Yeah.
one.
Right.
Number two, he's gonna be proud of that dish. So if there's something wrong with it when it leaves the pass, he's gonna tell them.
Right.
Yeah.
And number four, it's selling. He's selling something genuine that he likes.
Right.
That's only going to increase his tip.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be like, wow, you were open. This was awesome. Thank you. Boom. Whereas if you get like, I don't know, everything's good.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I learned.
Yeah.
I learned that
When they do that,
it's a
I'm just
total
like,
marketing.
Yeah. Oh, it
And I
is.
didn't get that before
No,
because
no, no,
I've been
no.
on the
Yeah, I always
business
tell them,
side where
you know,
you need to
there's like, I
sell
always
this,
pick
you
two or
need to
three
sell
things.
that, this has
Right.
gone up,
And just tell
we
them-
need to balance.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking
Yeah, the best
of
the best
back
compliment
story.
that I ever
and
received
I didn't
from
even
here
think about
It doesn't
that.
happen
is
here.
there's a
either.
gentleman that I worked for
Yeah.
up in Maine.
Yeah.
It's very
Okay.
cool.
And
It
he-
is so cool.
He didn't know we opened this. He discovered us by chance.
Because even though
And
they're
then
not selling the most
I think at
expensive
the
items
time there
because
was
they're doing
a
their experience, their
pumpkin
tips
light
really
fruit
resonate.
soup recipe.
It really
Okay.
shows. Yeah.
And he's
So
like,
And
it's-
that's what keeps people
somebody
coming back.
stole this from my
That's the beauty of
place
it
up in
all.
Maine. And then I walked down and I realized who it was.
Oh, wow.
And so then he was
These two
coming.
could probably talk
And
forever.
I'm sure.
so
Farming
probably,
stories.
I don't know, maybe a year, 2 years, something. So he
love it.
brings some
Yeah.
more people by. And somebody asked him, he says, oh, what should I order? And he says, I don't know if he knew what I was saying or not, but he looked at his friend and says, order whatever you want. Everything's good here. And it was like, that was the biggest
That's cool.
compliment I think
What an
that I've ever,
endorsement,
that I
right?
ever
Yeah.
Who
got.
did that? I didn't hear the story.
Mr. D.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Aw. He's gone now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yes, that's right. When he came here and didn't know who you were,
Yeah. And then he brought.
someone he used to work for.
He
Came here,
owned a
knew who you
restaurant,
were.
and I worked for him up in Maine.
Right.
And then he came down, so it'd have to be the winter season, and he brought his whole restaurant management team down
Right.
for here.
Really?
And it was just really neat to see people that you haven't seen for so long.
Yeah.
And it was fun. But we've had a lot of people that we've known up north that have come down that we've either knew they were coming or they just happened upon us again. And that's
That is
the
beautiful.
need.
Yeah.
Really when you see people that you haven't seen for a long time. And then we
Especially
made,
those people who actually helped you become who you are.
yeah,
Because iron sharpens iron.
No, and
right?
it's a
So,
testament
yeah.
of doing the right thing.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
You know, that's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's-
yeah. We still make it back up to Maine every year, which is it's a nice break. We close for a week here. Everybody refurbishes the restaurant, and we go up north and sit on the lake.
Very nice. You need that.
You do. You
Because
really do.
that nourishes your soul, and you come back, you
Yeah.
create
No,
something
you do come
different.
back. You have a new
It's
menu
great.
that start, and everybody's
Exactly.
rested, revitalized, and everybody's ready to go.
Re-energized.
You know?
Re-energized.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm.
Between now and the end of the year, what do you guys have planned?
Now
Yeah,
until
Yeah.
well, right now we're just.
I mean, that you want to share. If you don't want to share,
Oh no
that's
no!
fine too.
So
But,
for
you know,
summer
'cause I know you have
we're
surprises.
doing some 3-course dinners on Wednesdays and Thursdays. We do some 20% off your bill on Sundays, and then because it is our 10th year in business, we did 10 years, 10 courses.
Nice.
But let me just interrupt with that. I started making the 10 course for 10 years.
Right.
And I got through the first 4
Excuse
menus,
me for one moment.
and I almost had the
Yes.
10 courses
Oh
done.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're doing, so that was 4 menus for the first dinner. So we're thinking of doing another 10 course for the second menus and sort of reliving the past 10 years.
That
love
file
summer.
that they told you about with all the menus I had.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd come in late and like, oh boy, I got to put something together. So I open up the file and pick out, okay, I need 6 things. And I'm like, past the second
Yeah.
page, and I'm like, all right, I got 6. I'm like, wait, no, I can't. It's too much like the other one.
Right. But no, there's so much history that you have.
Yeah.
You look back and it's
Yeah.
like, some you remember. And I wrote recipes for everything, but in my little book, I'm looking at menus 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's like, I'm missing a lot of these recipes. Where are they?
Uh-huh.
So you got to try to remember what you did.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep capitalizing on the 10 years, the 10 courses, special tasting dinners through. We do it all year round. So there's different clientele in the summer. So we're just gonna keep working on the 10 years, and also every season we do the best of the best. So we bring back 15 courses of everyone's favorite dishes.
Mhm.
So this will be our 10th one.
Volume 10, yep.
So that's coming up. But we constantly do wine dinners. We just kind of keep it fresh, summer and seasonal. Yeah, so that's what we're continuing to work on and just plugging away. And we're gearing up for season already. It'll be here before we know it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's almost
come
It's a
on, boys.
puzzle.
How quickly is this time going? I mean, I can't believe
know,
it.
I
It was just
know.
the 1st of July.
I know.
Yeah,
we're almost August.
the last couple of months have gone by. So,
Yeah.
quick.
So,
Yes. Before we go,
Yes.
you gotta
yes.
tell us about
So
this.
they're gonna tell us about this beautiful artwork that's on top.
Yes.
You don't see us now because I'm showing you a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us
Yeah.
the history of this.
All right, I got the first
all
part.
right, go ahead.
So,
Please don't say no.
this one here. Okay. All right. So that is an old cooler door from the lodge in Maine that Ron and I met at.
Oh, okay.
It used to be about that thick. The insulation got trimmed out. So we built a house in Maine. We were going to put a bar or something in the basement. We could incorporate that. Well, it didn't happen. We built a house, but that didn't get incorporated. We moved a couple times in Maine before we made it down here.
Mhm.
And then upon packing up to come down here, we put everything in a little pod. And wash and dryer didn't make it. A lot of things didn't make it when we got down here, and the stupid door was in here. So when we
Love it.
built the restaurant, we brought this
Ruben.
out, Ruben,
Urban
and
Pop Soul, amazing artist.
said that he would like to incorporate it into the mural here.
Wow.
And so that made it. And
Absolutely.
I don't know how many times people have tried to open that.
Oh, really?
So I'll back him up
The
just a little
sorbet
bit.
flavors are in there.
There, all the hidden ones.
That's where Ron and I met
Right.
29 years ago. So I started the resort when I was 16, and that was an old refrigerator door that I would open up and get the eggs and the butter and milk out.
Out of there.
So that's where it started.
Okay.
They tore down the kitchen after 80 years. Halfway in between, and I think I was there for at least 10 years. He came as a traveling chef. The door came off the walls,
Yeah,
going
it was
to a
literally
dumpster.
on a pile outside. It was gonna
Yeah,
get
the owners
thrown
were
away.
just gonna throw it away. And I said, do you mind if I take that door? And they were like, sure. My father was an antique dealer.
Oh.
So I knew it was 80 years old at the time. Now I think it's 110 years old now. So I knew it meant a lot to me, meant a lot to him, and
Oh, yeah,
I
of
knew
course.
that it was not gonna go in a dumpster. So we did move it for about 12 years. And then Ruben said he was gonna use butcher block to make this beautiful mural, and that was history.
No, see, and I remember when we first came here, I sat right there,
Yes.
and I was looking at it. I was like, "Oh, it's really nice," and I like it. I
Yeah.
didn't know the history.
Yeah.
But then when you get the history, it's like, wow, you
Well,
really.
you know the old refrigerators, the big walk-ins,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the doors were wooden.
I had
Yeah.
to take one apart. I know.
Yeah,
I had to disassemble
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like that.
They are, they were,
Yeah.
yeah.
There was a man who sat in where you did, and he looked up, and he got a little teary-eyed, and he's like, Jameson? He's like, that was my father's company.
James.
So the whole history always keeps coming back. around. Yeah, he sat right there inside, and he said, my father owned that company.
Wow.
Yeah. So the fork is what we wanted. That's what Chef and I used to look like.
No, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty darn close.
I don't know. You
Do it
got
a little bit
still.
And then Ruben, from the fork, he took it over. So the fork is what we wanted. The nest is about our family. The dove's about love, and the mortar and pestle. So it's food, family, friends, and love. And that's what we continued on for 10 years, through thick and thin.
So beautiful.
No, and like I said, things like this is what people have to see.
They do,
I mean,
and that's
we go to
they love
places
it.
and we see one place we go, we see an old curio cabinet, I guess,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
where you put
yeah.
your dishes and all.
Yeah.
Totally out of place, and it was their grandmother's.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
how many
And the
people walk
recipes are
past that
grandmothers
Oh.
too.
and didn't even
So
know
it's,
that?
it's like she's
You know,
there.
and
And
say
it
that how many
makes
people look at
cold,
this
and they have to remember
and
to
didn't know.
tell
Oh,
the
you
story.
get I wouldn't say you get questions on it daily, but
You get questions.
You
But,
get
but that's
questions
the
on
thing,
it.
is people need to know that again, that's the home. That's the home thing.
That's who we are. That's and that's
Yeah.
and I don't think that 6 degrees of separation is true anymore. I think it's gone to like 3 degrees.
Yep.
Because it just seems like everybody keeps coming at you faster and faster, and you realize, wait a minute, I remember this, I remember that.
Right.
This person was in my life at that time, and I learned all this from that group, and
Yeah.
wow, it's just amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
In closing, we
yeah.
should talk about the charcuterie. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
as I don't know if we hone in on it that much, but everything that is here is made here. The bread, the butters, the desserts, so everything's made in house. And so Chef Ron loves to cure his own meats. So we are going to do an extension and start a company where we do charcuterie online and also pickup. So this is a little bit of what he does. You
it's
can
something
explain.
I wanted to do. And, years ago, I took a charcuterie class, and then we've always had it on the menu. And the more you do it, the more you learn. And it took me a while to really figure out how to make a salami, but once I got over the hump, so now we do a chorizo, a lamb salami, pork salami, and we do a braciola, which is a cured beef loin, and then we do a cured pork loin as well.
So and
Wow.
it's on our menu, and it's like another staple now. Duck Duck Taco became a staple now.
Yeah.
This has, and it's very popular. So
And the
we are.
cheeses too, you do.
We just actually
You
She
did
told
your
me.
first one.
funny as
Cheddar, cheddar melted down. Yeah.
We made a-
She told me.
we just
Yes.
made American cheese
Yes,
today
I
for
love
the
She
it.
first
told me.
time.
She told me. Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
made a grilled cheese out of it. It was actually pretty good.
I'm a cheese person. I'm
Yeah.
all about the
The
cheese.
first
Any
time we
and
did
every,
that,
yeah.
And they put the cheddar cheese in there. I'm sitting there
Impressive.
going, no, it's American. And they're like, no, that's what
Yeah.
we're supposed to put in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
But I don't know, it came across, we talked about it, and then last night we're all guys are sitting around and said, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
So we made one last night, it came in this morning, I immediately threw it away because didn't work. And then we looked at it this morning, so I found something else, I tried it, and I didn't think it was gonna work. I mean, it wasn't spot on, but I think the next one we do will be a lot
He's
better.
got a great young team back there. They love learning from him, and they work together on the menus. And it's a great
Everybody
vibe.
sort of bounces
Yeah.
ideas off of each
Yeah,
other.
they do
Yeah.
a good pivot
Yeah.
and restructure and then pivot some
Yeah.
more. You
Plus,
guys
it's
are
so
awesome.
small back there that
You
when
better like
everybody,
each other,
when everybody
right?
first starts, everybody's bumping in.
Good.
But after a couple of weeks, it's like a little dance back there.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what
Yeah.
you're gonna do.
He knows the
Yeah.
dance.
We talk about the dance. We always talk about the dance. When I was in Fort Monmouth, I left the kitchen. I became club manager, and we hired a chef, a very, very good chef, and he would be doing the dining room. And all of a sudden, there's a commotion, and what's wrong? He says, "Oh, I don't want to work with this shoemaker." Shoemaker.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "He keeps bumping into me and blah blah blah." And he says, "Put your jacket on. Come help me, or otherwise I'm leaving."
Yeah.
So I take my suit off, put the jacket on, get online, and I'm over there handing steaks this way,
Oh,
that
yes.
way,
Giving the slide.
saute, whatever. And he
Yes.
says, "They don't know how to dance."
Yeah.
And the kid said, "What do you mean?" I said, "You don't see. We were here for 2 hours. We didn't bump into each other once."
Right.
Right.
And what happened was I had to tell him, I can't every Friday and Saturday night come down here.
No.
Right.
I'm like, you're gonna have to either teach them how to dance,
Yeah.
or learn how to dance alone, because I can't. We used to have.
Stupid.
I mean, we'd have the full dining room and 2 ballrooms, 500 and 500. I can't be on the line.
No,
Yeah.
there's
You
no
know?
way. There's no
Yeah.
way.
There's too much going on.
But
Right.
yeah, but
For
the
sure.
dance. She always hears me say that about
Yeah.
the dance.
Yeah.
It's a whole
Oh my
different.
God, it's a sidestep
Every
shuffle.
time you get a
Yeah.
new person
Oh, yeah.
in back there, it's a 3-week process.
Yep.
First couple weeks, you're gonna get bruised.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
some
yeah.
burns.
And
And some burns.
and
And some
burns.
burns.
But now, I mean, you can do 100 people there, and
Yeah.
nobody.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the dishwasher can come in and grab the plates and.
Yeah, because you learn.
Everybody's-
Like
yeah.
I'll learn if I'm working with him. I'll learn he goes to his left all the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to his right side because I know
Yeah.
he's not going to come this way.
Right.
Yeah.
And same thing. He knows what I do,
Yeah.
and you have to learn it.
Of
That's
course.
it. It's part of it.
When we used to work side by side, I would feel the sheep hand just graze my head because he's so much taller, and he could just go right over the top of me.
Yeah.
So
So tell everybody where you can be found.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right here. 2020 Grille, Royal Palm Place. It's 141 Via Naranjas, tucked in the courtyard. Everyone says don't promote other restaurants by telling how to get here by other restaurants, but we're in the courtyard of Yakitori Sake House and the Funky Biscuit.
Hey.
That's the only thing we could ever make work. So if you want to find us, you know Yakitori Sake House or you know the Funky Biscuit, we're in the courtyard.
Right.
We're in a quiet courtyard. There's not a lot of traffic. Half our seats are inside, half are out.
Yeah, the first time finding us is a little bit of work.
Interesting.
We've,
Oh gosh.
we've
That's
had
a story.
phone
Interesting,
calls
yeah.
where I've literally had the phone, walked out to the street, waved them down. I mean, I've gone 2 blocks away
Uh-huh.
to get
To get
people and bring them back here.
I
It's
see
funny.
that
I use
happening.
I use one of those landmarks. I use. I say you gotta
Yes.
turn.
You have
we gotta
to.
turn there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then we were very fortunate the first 2 weeks we were open, the ex-editor of the Palm Beach Post came upon us and he loved it. He's our ambassador, Randy Schultz. And he called up the editor and said, you need to write an article about 2020 Grille. And she wrote The Hidden Gem. And that's been our tagline since we opened. So they were like, okay, they're hidden, so we need to find them. And they're a gem. So that, I'm going to tell you, that saved us. Randy has been so good to us, even to this day. So,
Another
The
piece
hidden
of that
gem.
puzzle. Yeah,
Yep,
piece
another
of
piece
that
of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. And we're all connected.
we are. We are.
Phone number.
561-990-7969.
Awesome.
And the menu, it's online.
Yes.
Okay. So
2020,
the menu's online.
2020grille.com. You have to spell it out, though.
Yes. Yes. I
Yep.
remember that.
And our Instagram is the same.
Okay.
Hashtag 2020
Yeah, you
Grille.
spell it out with the letters.
Spell it out with the letters because you're going to find a restaurant in California if you don't.
Yeah.
But,
There's another one somewhere else too.
I think it's in Colorado.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not here.
Yeah.
But we always tell everyone you can sign up for our email on our website at 2020grille.com. Follow us on Instagram, and that way you will know exactly what's going on.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Absolutely perfect. I just want to say thank you. Thank you
Thank
for the
you.
time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing us out here, and we wish you the very best. And we are here.
10
for
more
you.
years,
Heck yeah.
right?
Heck yeah.
Then maybe we'll retire.
Yeah, I'll be using a walker by then.
No, you won't.
But as always, enjoy, and we'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.
Now I must admit love is all that I'm thinking of. Won't you please be kind? Just make up your mind to please be sweet and gentle. Be gentle with me, 'cause I'm getting sentimental over you. I thought I was